Hi, welcome to Leadership Drive, a series where we get leaders out of the office and into the car because, again, as you know, we love going on the road. My name is Alissa Henriksen.
And I'm Lucas Henriksen.
And we are co-presidents of Gray Search and Strategy. So let's welcome our next surprise guest.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hey,
Bob.
Bob.
How are you?
What's happening?
Not
Good
much.
to see you.
Are we going for a ride?
We
We're
are going for a ride.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on Leadership Drive. So as you know, this is a series where we actually get leaders out of the office and into the car, Bob. We want to get to know you. We want to talk about you. We want to talk about Gardner Builders. Why did you start Gardner Builders?
Yeah, that's a good question. I got tired of trying to prove to others there was a different way to handle business.
Yeah.
Sure.
I had worked at several companies where money was important, and while money is important, it's furthest from the most important thing. The most important thing is the people who actually are doing the work. And
Right.
if you focus on the dollars, then the focus goes off of the people. And so I literally got to a point where I felt like my chance was either to put up with that
Yeah.
or pivot and make the choice to start a business. And so October 1st of 2010, I launched Gardner Builders.
It's crazy.
And from that day until now, the only goal of the company is to create a place where people feel valued,
Yeah.
they feel challenged, and we have a place where they love to come to work.
And today you have how many people?
Around 160. Well, we have 3 locations, and then we have Gardner Builders US, which travels all over the country.
What do you think has happened over the years that you've been able to maintain that?
I think the best business development and the best way to have repeat clientele is to actually do a great job. When we're given a chance, an opportunity, as a brand new company, you work really hard to convince people to just let you get in and show them what you
Right.
can do.
Sure.
And every chance that we have is a chance to knock their socks off.
Yeah.
It was something that my mom taught me as a little guy was don't ever, not once, think that you're better than somebody else. Because we're all here, we're all equal, we all bring different kind of sauce to the dinner.
Sure.
All you really do is show up honestly, do really good work, admit your mistakes when you make them, own them, and plot a path forward.
When you spoke to our Leadership Minnesota group in front of us at the Dayton's building, you got teary-eyed, right?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that, I mean, I know we're both blues, we both like to, we both
Right.
hug,
boy.
I
right?
like to hug.
Oh boy,
This
the huggers
pandemic
are in
is
the car.
killing me.
But how do you take that rawness, that emotion, and then even implement it into your organization so it's felt through?
I think you show up in an authentic way. You let people know that you believe in them. You hire smart people that are really good at what they do, and you let them do what they do. And you create this place where it's safe to fail, as long as you can learn from that failure and course correct. To me, so the place that I had worked previously, it was not a good culture. It wasn't a good environment.
Yeah.
And I had 4 little ones at home, and I would come home and walk in the door and just the mud of the day, the bad energy of the day was in me. And I would be embraced by these little ones screaming daddy. And
Yeah, sure.
I'm mad at the day.
Yeah.
And so I finally, at that point, I was like, okay, I have to do something
It's time to do
different,
it.
right? Because they deserve the best me
Yep.
to show up. And so really that goes into, if that's how I want to show up, I want that for everyone that works at Gardner Builders.
If there's one song that you would pick or you'd want to play that you love, what is it? What's your song?
It embodies positivity and optimism to me is Today by the Smashing Pumpkins.
Love it. Tunes going in the car.
We will not ask you to sing unless you feel the need to.
I can air guitar.
There you go.
So why this song? I mean, you started going down that path, but
Yeah, today is the greatest day I've ever known, right? All we have is today, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday's gone. We can look forward to the future, but today you have to embrace, right? You have to be able to live for it, enjoy what you have.
That's how I look at it. We have opportunity to make a lot of changes, and I think we come together, we continue to use our voice, we can do it. I truly believe that. So rapid fire. I want to ask you some quick questions.
Okay, bring it.
I know, I'm ready. Favorite restaurant?
Current favorite, Red
All right,
Rabbit.
cool.
Yeah.
Favorite color?
Green,
Favorite vacation spot?
Palm Springs.
What is your favorite pastime? Like thing to do? If it's like, I've got 20 minutes, this is what I would want to do.
Hang out with my kids.
Would you rather read a book or go skydiving?
Read a book.
If you were to make something in the kitchen, what would you make? What's your go-to?
Breakfast. I'm a killer brekkie maker.
Yeah, nice.
I can get it going.
Favorite movie?
Holiday Inn, because of the spirit of it and the memories around it.
How has Gardner Builders been managing through all of this?
One of the things that we lead with is optimism and finding kind of that light of positivity
Sure.
and opportunity in the future. We've stayed the course. By and large, all of our people have stayed busy, and we've had a good backlog, so we've been busy. And so we literally have said, listen, we're going to continue to provide an opportunity for people to work, but much like any job that we're on and in the field, it's inherently dangerous to work in construction. And so we have a bunch of safety rules. With COVID-19, we're just adding a new layer of safety protocol to the system. We added additional kind of pit stops along the way, or resources that say if you need a resource or somebody to talk to, you know, any of that we were adding it and making sure that people were aware of it, both for our union carpenters and for office folks.
Everybody has a hard time hiring, but you guys can bring in some really good talent because of your culture. What would you say about your culture?
Your culture is how you show up. We focus on our core values. We focus on how we deliver projects. We're a guest in every building that we go into. I think our culture embraces the fact that we're honoring everyone, and when you have trade partners that know that that you treat your employees really well, and then your employees show up with positive energy and they treat the trade partners well. So we have three uniques. Number one is our culture. Two is relationships, and three is technology.
What would you say is some of your, bigger challenges then when you're going out and hiring and looking for talent?
The challenges have, from the very beginning, have been convincing people that we're going to be a viable concern. And even as almost a 10-year-old company, there are still folks that are afraid to make a move because are you going to have work for me? It changes as you grow, and as more people start to talk, and as trades think positively and speak positively about you, they point really good folks at other firms in our direction, which is really, that's the best. That's the best recruiting that you can do. So enough about me. What about you guys? Like, how do you guys even, I know you can drive around in a car together, but how did you get married and start a business in the same year? And how are you nearly 12 years together as a business and as a husband and wife, and haven't killed each other yet? And the business hasn't submarined.
No.
How do you guys do it?
We have a lot of fun. No matter what, we're very honest with each other. We communicate a lot, and we both value each other for what we bring to the table, and we listen.
Neither one of us has to be the main show.
Yeah.
We can kind of do yin and yang really well, and it just happens naturally. And when it comes to the work aspect, our values are obviously very similar. They are the same, but my philosophy is very similar to hers too. But I came from sales background, that I was often recruited, and had kind of an experience that was never really great. So I always felt just like a piece of paper. And obviously, Alissa, you can go from your perspective.
I came from, being with the recruiting firms, and for me, I hated how transactional that relationship was. We're more relationship people, and we really want to understand the business story, your heart, your foundation, and then we want to understand the people that work there. So the two together really works.
Both of us grew up in entrepreneurial families. My dad is still a business owner, and Alyssa's dad was a traveling salesperson that had to build his whole route and everything too. So you kind of come from that hard work mentality.
Because of that philosophy, we just continue to have a ton of success, and we're super thankful for that.
So tell me a little bit about how you've taken that kind of recognition and realization and you created a company. How do you then further develop that into relationships, not just with companies, but individuals that you're recruiting, so that you understand that there's this hand-in-glove fit between client and applicant?
First and foremost, we won't work with a company that we feel like we couldn't work at, right? We have to be excited. Awesome. We have to be passionate about it, because that shows up in the way we talk about our clients. And number two, when we're talking to that candidate, if we don't know an answer to a question, we're going to tell them we don't know, but we're going to get back to you. We're not going to make something up. And so, and we're stepping through this whole process. We're with them every step of the way. We're helping them. We're understanding their concerns, and we have empathy. And we'll be honest with them if we think they're not a good fit. Listen, you've got a great thing going. This may not be the right fit because of this, right? And we'll really get into that, because it has to be a win-win.
I love that point about, this not right fit. And so in our business, I have an open policy that says, listen, if at any time, whether you've been here for 9 months, 9 years, or 29 years, that if at any time we feel like this is no longer a fit, no harm, no foul.
Right.
Hopefully you got as much out of Gardner Builders as Gardner Builders got out of you. Do you ever engage with clients and say, yeah, we'll help you through our resources redeploy that person to a different company?
So I'm so glad you asked that question. If a client, if we're working with them and they're like, this was a great person, and X, Y, and Z took place, and they really want to go somewhere else, can you help them can you make an introduction?
Yeah.
Of course we would. I mean, it's really about helping each other. And so let's go back to something about you.
Okay.
What is one thing somebody wouldn't know about you?
I did a 4-year apprenticeship at Newport News Shipbuilding, building aircraft carriers and submarines as an outside machinist. So I installed periscopes in 6 Los Angeles class submarines.
And my last question would be, what are you most excited for as you look ahead?
On a personal level, I'm excited to watch my kids grow up.
Yeah.
I get emotional about that.
Yeah.
And just see the humans that they're going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they're awesome people now. Just excited to see what they're going to do and create in this world.
Thank you for joining us on Leadership Drive.
Thank
and
you.
Getting you out of the office for a little bit and having some fun.
Super excited.
Yeah, this is
great
cool.
Company. Beautiful car from BMW.
I know, right?
This X7 I've had my eye on for a while.
Us too. Figured what a great way to test drive.
So cool.
I know. Well, we appreciate it. So thank you for coming out and spending time with us. Thank
Group
you.
high five.
Yeah.
Yeah.